In this video, we're going to talk about using screen capture, and as a student of internet marketing, I'm certain that screen capture isn't new to you, but the tools that we're going to talk about in this video might be. So we'll cover that so that you can get started with screen capture as soon as possible. Plus, we'll cover some additional tools that you can use to create screen capture type videos that you may not have heard yet. So the most common type of screen capture video is the one that you're most familiar with is what I've got right here in the picture for you. This is a video that I uploaded to YouTube. It was filmed with ScreenFlow for the Mac, and it recorded the actions on my screen, my mouse, what I clicked on, what happened next, as I went through a certain process that I wanted to show users. So that's simple enough, and I'm sure that you've seen it before. In this particular video, I also included a thumbnail of my face while I was talking so that people could see me as I went through this process. But it isn't a necessity to do that in a screen capture video, and most of the time I don't use that kind of thumbnail. I just happened to that morning. Now, if you're on a PC, you'll use Camtasia Studio to create screen captures. That's sort of the leader, and they've got a 30-day free trial so that you can check out their software. Mac users, you'll want to choose ScreenFlow to make this kind of video. And these kinds of direct screen capture videos are best for showing how to do something directly on the computer or walking your visitors through some other kind of content on the screen. So let's use the tomato growing niche. If you wanted to create a screen capture video, that might not be the best way to convey, how to plant tomatoes in one of those weird upside down growing containers, right? That might be more appropriate for a live action video where you can literally show people what you're doing. But if you wanted to do a screen capture in that niche, you could absolutely show an e-commerce site, perhaps your e-commerce site, and walk your visitors through the options when choosing a fertilizer for their tomatoes. So you have 5 available on your site, for example, and you talk about each one and which one is better, and click on them on your site, show people what your site looks like. You're not selling your site, you're talking about the fertilizers, but at the same time that's familiarizing people with your site, and it has some action on screen, some movement to keep people engaged. So that's a great way to get people comfortable with your website while really just being educating within the niche that you're in. So even if you're in a niche that isn't exactly computer or technology related, there is still plenty of opportunity to use screen capture videos. And just like a video camera type of video with live action, screen capture video will completely set you apart from the crowd within your niche, because not many people go through the trouble of creating video, period, whether it's screen capture or live action. And just by doing so, you will absolutely be a step ahead of everybody else. Plus, some people prefer video of any kind over reading, so by doing video, you're catering to another kind of site visitor, and some ideas are simply expressed better in a screen capture. In this case, I could have explained how to fix the Facebook news feed in language by writing it all out, but it's a lot simpler to just show it, right? So let's take a peek here. And click on the edit options. Now what it has changed to is to default to this where it says show posts from friends and pages. Now had I said to somebody in a blog post, click on edit options at the bottom of the page, people would be very confused and oh, where is that? I don't understand, that sort of thing. So by showing it, I increased my YouTube visibility by having a video. I engaged people on my site because once they started watching the video, they would stay there for a little bit longer. It takes, 30 seconds to skim a blog post, but if they watched the video, they were here for a full 221. And then I cut down on questions or misunderstandings because I literally showed people exactly what was going on. Presentations like what you see here are also something of a screen capture because you are literally recording your screen as you present something. So with a Mac, you'll use Keynote, which is included as part of iWork, and with a PC, you'll use PowerPoint, which is part of Microsoft Office. You can also create presentations using some free alternatives. Google Docs has a presentation creator type of thing. It's like a PowerPoint Lite. And OpenOffice is a open source Microsoft Office competitor that you can download for free, and they have a presentation software in that as well. And presentations like this work when explaining a concept where a visual aid would be helpful, but where you don't necessarily have live action on screen to accompany your words. So to carry on the example of being in the tomato growing niche, if you were in that niche, you could create a presentation on the top 5 pests that attack tomatoes and how to combat those pests, and then of course where to buy those things on your e-commerce site. Again, example of how to carry a presentation into a niche. To get ideas for presentations and to get better at making presentations, take a peek at these 2 resources. The first one here is this book, Presentation Zen. I first heard about it from Ed, and I highly recommend it. It's a great book on making presentations that have impact on the watcher. And then on the other side here is a screenshot from slideshare.net. It's a site where folks can upload their slide decks from presentations that they've done. So if you take a peek at the favorites, the most popular sections, you can get a lot of inspiration for putting together something compelling that other people have already appreciated. Of course, we're not copying, but you can take a look at the kinds of presentations that have really resonated with other folks. You can also search by keyword to get an idea of what other folks are doing in your niche, if anything. And there may not be anything. If you're in the tomato growing niche, I don't know if there's any presentations on that. But get inspiration from the best and then see what other folks are doing in your niche. Of course, bonus hint, aside from publishing the presentations that you make on your own site and putting them on YouTube, putting your Twitter and Facebook fan page with your videos on them, add your slide deck here if you do a presentation, add it to slideshare.net to increase your visibility that way as well. Now here's 2 very different sort of alternatives to take a peek at. This is extranormal.com/make movies, and they call it Extra Normal Movie Maker. And what this does is it creates a movie based on animated characters, as I've done here. You can have them say whatever you'd like, and then you can add in actions like them waving or smiling or pointing, that sort of thing. You can change the camera angles on it. So this, little caveat here, I've seen people try to use this kind of thing like in a sales video, and that's not a good idea. It doesn't really instill a lot of confidence to have an avatar telling you that you should buy something in a stilted computer voice. However, it can be pretty funny. And so this could be a really great option for a parody kind of thing. And I just wanted to show it to you because it's something different that depending on your niche, you may or may not have a use for. So let's take a look at this little quick video that I made.
Welcome to Always Be Shipping. This is a simple movie made with XtraNormal Movie Maker. Can you find a way to use something like this in your niche?
So it put in the background noise for me. It did everything. It took me, 3 minutes to create this very, very quickly for you. And again, I don't know your niche and if this would be something that you could use, but you could do something really funny with this or really interesting depending on the niche that you're in. And then the other one that I want to take a look at is Animoto. So this, what it does is it creates videos out of your pictures. And to give you an example of how that can be used in an e-commerce type of site, let's watch one of their sample videos here. So that's what that company did, to take pictures, a little bit of music, and then some statements about their product, 100% organic, that kind of thing, to highlight the main properties that they wanted to. And in doing so, they created something of a commercial for their business, which you could do too with Animoto. There's one on the front page as well. Let's take a look at this one. This is for a vineyard. Not as e-commerce related, but you'll get the point. the end they do, you know, their business name, the tasting room. So those are some of the things that you can do with Animoto, and if you are promoting individual products, consider using Animoto to highlight some of the features and benefits of those products. So screen captures, presentations, animations like we just saw from Animoto or the Extra Normal Movie Maker can of course be combined together, or with live video as well. Like in the Facebook video that I did here, we talked about this at the beginning. I had the thumbnail of myself above the screen capture, so I combined those two elements in that way. Or this video that you're watching right now where I've combined screen capture as I went to the Animoto and Extra Normal Movie Maker pages with this keynote presentation. So combining features like that can be done right inside your screen capture software, whether that's ScreenFlow or Camtasia. In the editing, you can add different elements into your timeline and combine them together. And just like full motion videos, screen capture videos will set you apart from the rest of the folks vying for market leadership in your niche, because most people won't bother to create screen capture videos. That Facebook video that I made that you can see here, it's 2 minutes 21 seconds. It took me exactly that long to create, and then another 5 to upload it to YouTube and title it. So think about how you can differentiate yourself in your market using screen capture. What could you ship today?